We're live.
Yes!
Yeah, we did it.
And there is one person asking, how is your vacation? Oh my God, we did.
Nice.
Yeah, we were a little confused. I was confused. I mean, I should know how to do it. And there are 6 people. Yes. I was worried that no one will come. Oh my God, 7. Amazing.
This is so exciting.
Yeah. Hey guys. How are you doing? Oh my God, I'm so excited. So I've basically never done a live before. I did it once, but I was sort of like a guest on the live, so I didn't really have to do anything. So I'm kind of worried how it will turn out. 9 people, yes. If you guys have any questions, Nina, wish you a great time in Istanbul. Okay. Kaja,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, if you have any questions, just ask them in the chat, and yeah, we'll answer whatever you want to know, almost whatever you want to know. Yeah, and I thought that since Nina is here with me, it would be interesting to sort of start like with talking about, well, like 1 year after graduation, our thoughts on IFA Paris, but also life as real deal adults, not students anymore, and getting jobs and all of that, because I know a lot of people ask about that. And I did one video where I answer questions about IFA Paris, but not with Nina. So now we're going to do it together. I feel like you're not really in the shot, aren't you? Can we move like this?
We'll move that. By the way, guys, we're just blocking the mess behind us. Like it looks like a bomb exploded. The bomb of floating.
I hear it looks so nice and white.
Yeah, that's great. Wait, first I want to do like a shout out to the people who are here.
Yeah.
Can
you pronounce?
Oh wait, that was by Kaja. I was like,
me.
What is that? What is that? That's you yourself. Oh, Genesis. Wait, Genesis, are you also a subscriber of my channel? Because I feel like Genesis. Oh, I know who's Genesis.
All right.
Yeah, I know where she lives. I know what she did today. No, that's my sister.
I was like, Nina, I'm sorry.
Suddenly, I was like, wait.
So the first comment was from Dimpy. I was like, yes, we have 1 viewer, and that's Nina's sister. Well, hi.
Shout out to Dimpy. I see you.
Kaja, did you have a boyfriend? No, I did. Well, not right now, but Nina does.
Oh. Wow.
Good to see you both together.
Hello, ladies, Mr. H.
This is so funny.
Hello, Mr. H.
But it's so nice how you can see people. I get distracted because I want to read the comments.
Yeah, and I was going to give a shout out to many people, but then I cannot read all of them. But hello, Matt Zaremba. Hello, Bleeder7. Hello, Mariam P. Mr. H. How are you? And Robert Jr. Well,
yeah,
we have a great audience here.
Okay, let's maybe start
with
talking about IFA and graduation, and just maybe IFA itself, because I feel like, I mean, obviously I talked about it on my channel, but I get a lot of questions from people asking like, if I'm happy that I did that degree at IFA, if I would recommend it, like, do I, regret it or whatever? Yeah. So what would you say? Are you happy that you did the degree? So basically, we both did the MBA degrees at IFA Paris. And we both started in Shanghai, then we went to Paris, but we did 2 different programs. So Nina did fashion business and I did luxury brand management.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say? Do you regret it? Or are you happy that you did it?
Yeah, no, I'm super happy that I did it. I think, first of all, the experience of just like studying something is fun to me. Like I like...
Especially now where we're working. I'm like, I wish I could study.
Studying is great. Like take full advantage of university, your free time, and like study as much as you can. Because not even to become smarter. I mean, that's a great byproduct of university, I feel like, but just like to meet people, to do things, in our case to see different countries, already that's amazing.
Yeah.
And then what I particularly liked is that I could study something I'm really interested in, which was fashion and business, both of them. So no, I'm still super happy that I did it. Maybe my expectations of what came after uni was a bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because obviously whenever people ask me about my degree in IFA, like also the number one question is like, what did you get after? Like, did you, get a job in fashion industry? Like, you get so distracted. And I love how your sister is the most active person in the okay,
Yeah.
now you can see the mask because Nina decided to leave. Bye, Nina.
Bye.
So basically, what was I saying? You distracted me.
Oh, sorry.
Like people always, ask about like,
okay.
No. You're distracting me. What came after? Like, did IFA help us find a job? And the thing is, I don't think any university really helps you to find a job, or maybe some do. Yeah, maybe some do. Like if you went to a university that found a job for you, well, good for you. I'm jealous. But I personally feel like majority of universities like don't help you to find a job.
No, they have a sort of like career
center, which IFA doesn't have. So with finding a job after graduating IFA, like you're on your own. So that is important to know. And I think, I think not only us, but also our friends, we all had different expectations of what will happen after graduating. Or I don't know if different expectation is the right word, because I was always really anxious about what's going to happen. And I was always really worried. Kind of all my worry came true.
Yeah. No, I feel like maybe that's not something that has so much to do with our university, rather than like the, how to say it, like the work market.
Yeah, the industry we're at. I think if anyone wants to study like what we studied, you really have to know that creative industry in general, because we're not in the same industry. Like people always think that I work in fashion for some reason, even though I always say like, no, I don't work in fashion. I work in influencer marketing, and Nina works in fashion. She works as the fashion buyer. So you do.
That's true.
So in general, those creative industries are very difficult to get in, very competitive, and often like salaries are not that great.
So do you feel though that your like this degree helped you to get into that industry?
I'm not yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because also like the jobs that we got them because we had that on our CV, we had that experience. Like I've definitely learned a lot at IFA that I use at my job, and that like just in general helped me to understand industry and just have knowledge about all these things that I didn't know before. But I mean, I'm not in luxury industry, and my MBA was like luxury. And out of people who graduated from my class, I would say a couple are in luxury. I would even say majority are not. But those couples who they are working as interns. So that is something, for example, I didn't know that, to get into luxury industry, you need to, even at this age and at this stage of experience and, all that, you still have to start with working as an intern.
Yeah, I really had in my mind that, okay, and nowadays a lot of people do have university degrees or some sort of degree, but I did think like if you have a master or an MBA, it puts you a little bit ahead of like the others.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not the case.
That's not necessarily.
But maybe. Yeah,
like depends.
It depends, maybe in some cases, but I really feel like, I mean, I didn't get a higher salary because of my degrees, for instance. I didn't get the better position at the start, but maybe it will pay off like 20 years from now. So stay tuned.
I'm sure it will pay off.
We'll give you an update later.
What did I want to say? No, it's just like, I think of course you get something out of it, but I do think that out of the messages that I get, and I see that in general, I think people have tendency to think that you get more out of it than you actually do. People think that you will do this MBA and you will like work for Chanel. And like, you know, that sort of thing. And they even think like Aoife is going to get you that job at Chanel. It's like, no, mate, that's not going to happen. Maybe if you're very lucky and you have previous experience in luxury brands, maybe you'll get an internship at Chanel. And you have to also keep in mind that internships at those luxury brands and also some fashion brands, popular fashion brands, in Paris or London, not necessarily everywhere, but like in those cities, often it's not even about the fact that you're an intern, like fair enough. It's also the fact about salary. You get paid so little that there's no way you can support yourself living in those expensive cities. Like I think that is very problematic, and that's not something I knew before.
Yeah, true. And another thing, because I think that the school did give us great exposure to the industry with like industry visits, and they did like during like even Shanghai Fashion Week and like Paris Fashion Week, they did help us with that. But if you want a job like that, then you should expect to pay to work for free. Like they won't pay you. I think that's another thing that maybe a lot of people don't know about the industries that
nobody tells you that. In. Yeah. So basically
a lot of jobs are just like they don't even pay you, and it's just like, oh, but you get to do it for like the name or like the exposure, you know, the experience.
And it's not the kind of don't pay you for 2 or 3 months. No, it's the kind of don't pay you for a year. And after that, often that's it, you know. Majority of people who works as interns, they don't get jobs after. Some do, of course. But majority don't.
At that company where they interned.
Yeah. It's I would say it's rare to get a job. After you intern. I'm not saying it's impossible, but rare. And now we're talking about, you know, the big luxury names, the big fashion brands. So it's not necessarily the same everywhere. It depends on your country, you know, and on the market. But yeah, I think that's really something people should keep in mind. If you come to IFA without any experience in these industries, it's, you know, but even like I work in social media and influencer marketing, and I also had experience in that industry, you know. So when I graduated from IFA, the reason why I got my job, and I have like a full-time job, like a normal position, I don't know how to call it normal position. I'm not an intern. I got it because I did have a previous experience in working in the industry. I worked for free for quite a long time as well. So, you know, I think something that people really should keep in mind is that work experience is way more important nowadays than your education. Do you think if you can choose again, will you choose this major? Yeah, I would still choose my major. Like I loved what I studied.
I really
liked it. And as I said, we did different things, and I love that mine was not only fashion, because I'm also interested in fashion, but for example, I'm also really interested in hotels. Like during my degree, I did a lot of like assignments about luxury hotels. And like we did, you know, we learned about watches and jewelry and stuff like that, which I loved. So I'm still hoping to maybe one day work in that industry. You know, we're only in the beginning of our careers.
Now, I also really love my experience because it was all very practical, and I think at that moment that is what I was looking for. Like it just was a bit more like hands-on. It wasn't just like all theory. Okay, this is one for the grandma, guys. Oops. I would choose again. That was a great question. What's your name? Wait, Petit Porn. Petit Porn Peng Phet?
No, that's a Thai name, right? Are you from Thailand? Because porn is a normal name in Thailand. It's a name in Thailand.
I have like there's this restaurant in Rotterdam. It's called Siri Porn. So.
But I bet in Rotterdam they knew what they're doing.
But great question.
Are there any? How someone asked us also like, how have we been? Where have we been? So well, I live in Warsaw, as you guys probably know, and Nina lives in Holland. Netherlands. That's the correct name.
I do live in Holland though.
Oh, you're part of Netherlands is Holland?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can say that you're from Holland.
I'm from Holland.
Yeah.
No, we've been doing great. We were really overworked. Like it has been like very stressful working in this Corona situation, especially because I'm in the fashion industry. So for that impacted my industry. I mean, I'm sure like it impacted like everyone's industry like a lot,
for
you
sure.
know.
But
Also
fashion, that is
yeah. I think people don't understand like how it has impacted it, because like all the shops were closed, so budgets are immediately being cut.
understand.
Well, because you're also in the industry. Yeah, so it has been stressful. So it was like really good to come here and like to chill with Kaja again. We don't live in the same place, unfortunately. So it's like whenever we want to catch up, like really, we just like have to travel. What a life.
Yeah, no, but we're in Turkey right now by the seaside, and we're really excited to be here. It's a very beautiful place. I will have a lot of vlogs coming out, so check them out. What are your both dream jobs?
Yeah, that's another nice question, Mr. H. Thanks. What is your dream job?
So how did you get your job? What's my dream job? I mean, I definitely want to. I mean, I feel like I want to have a lot of different dream jobs. Like, I want to be a creative director of something. Hopefully, something that I will create by myself. And I want to create things by myself. I definitely like making videos. That's something I just cannot. I mean, for now it's YouTube, but even if one day when YouTube won't be a thing anymore, I definitely cannot imagine like not making videos. And I would love to make also more like ambitious videos, like small documentaries or actual documentaries, or and I would love to write and do it like for a living as well, but write for myself, like more like write books, not like articles. I kind of this like also thanks to my job, I realized that like there are different kinds of there are different kinds of writing, and I would like to write books. Yeah. What would be your ideal job?
Well, I really like the first part that you said. I don't think I'm like a great writer, so I don't. But I well, let's start with the beginning.
Yeah.
No, I would want to have like my own company, because I feel like my dream job would be a job where I have like a lot of freedom in my creative expression, and like a lot of responsibility. I feel like then I like function better. I like it more. I enjoy it better.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think that's something that will allow me to do many different things. Because when you work a 9 to 5, it's really you have your daily task, and it's really hard to do anything more like besides it. So I hope that if I would have my own company, then you're just involved in more aspects of something, I guess, like of different processes. And then I would love it to be like in a fashion industry or like a creative industry, because I'm also not only interested in fashion, but I do like creative industries. I also love cooking, so like writing a cookbook, it is still on my checklist for this year. Those things, to be able to have time to do those things and be able to bring to life like a vision.
Yeah, but something that I also really want is that obviously have a job that will allow me to travel. Or just like
one that pays well.
That will allow me also to just like be in different places, not only travel for the sake of travel. I would love to travel for work and like be able to meet different people. And
that's great.
What else?
I saw a question like
how did you get your job? So I found it on LinkedIn. Very basic. I mean, I guess like that's what you do nowadays. You just look online. Yeah, that's how I found my job.
Yeah, I found it on a job portal focused on the fashion industry. It's called like Fashion United. I think they also have like a .com website, but I found it on the .nl website. I think those for our industry are very useful. It's like for any industry, maybe other industries have it as well. But it's just something focused, because I feel like these companies sometimes they I don't know, they posted there maybe sooner. I have no idea.
But I feel like also something important to know if you want to work in creative industries is that like your first job or jobs are going to be found like that, you know, online. But later on, like it's honestly crazy, especially in creative industries. But I also think in all industries, how many jobs are just like internal, you know, you get them for your contacts. And that's just, I know it might sound annoying and some people might be like, no, but that's the reality, that a lot of the jobs, especially in jobs or in brands industries that seem quite nice from outside, you know what I mean? Because fashion, it's just such a thing. Like some people don't even know what it is working in fashion or in social media, but they just, you know, they have social media and they like shopping, so they think like, oh, working in fashion or in social media would be so great, and they don't even necessarily know what it is like to work there. And that's why these industries are so competitive and so difficult to get into. But yeah, I would say that like that's something really important to, you know, to be like, you know, to work hard and do your job and make contacts and, you know, try to be nice to people, because you never know, you know, who might help you get your next job. That's just reality.
No, it is true. And it is like, because it's sort of a like who knows who in the industry. So it's like very important to like keep a good reputation, you know. By the end of the day, it's not that big.
Someone loves us. We love you too. I think this person's, are you Turkish? I think this
who
is
loves us.
See, is that not
Geziyor?
Is that Turkish?
Yeah.
And we love Turkey.
I don't know what Yuruk means though. What does Yuruk mean?
This name must mean something.
I don't think it's a name. Maybe Yuruk is a name, but Geziyor. Interesting name.
Someone asks, do you think there are many opportunities to work in China, Korea, or Asia, broadly speaking? And speaking Chinese is, I can't read, sorry guys, is a oh my god, what does it mean?
Do you think there are many opportunities to work in China, Korea, or Asia, broadly speaking? And speaking Chinese is a prerequisite to work there? I guess in Korea you would need Korean.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think the question is in general if it's like maybe easy to get a job in Asia or Korea, China, Japan. And I honestly think that nowadays it's also a lot of people have this misconception that it's easier than it is. Like, you know, people always ask me like, oh, are you going back to China? Do you want to go back to China? And I'm like, yeah, sure, but it's not that easy. It's not only what I want. It's you know, it's all about getting a job, and getting a job in a country where you don't have the rights to work, where you need a work visa, is always going to be more difficult than getting a job in a country where you have the rights, right? So like the only place where we have the rights to work is Europe, right? So and then it's all about just getting a job. You don't have to worry about working visa, because the way it usually works, so if I would want to work in China, I would have to find a job first. Why are you laughing at me?
No, I'm just laughing. I'm reading all the comments and I just get like really happy by the comments. And it's like, they're so cute. You know, it's so nice to actually have
that interaction, right?
The interaction.
It's really cool.
I just wanna
like, and I was worried no one will come, so I'm glad there are some people.
But I wanna like speak to all of them. You know, I see all the questions and I answer them.
But you kind of interrupted me.
Well.
Okay, so if I want to go to China, usually it works like that. I have to find a job first, and then I have to apply for a work visa. And often it's like the company has to sponsor you, or they have to pay for you to get the work visa. And basically the reason why it works like that is that countries are protecting their citizens. So their citizens will get a job first, so not, you know, foreigners will come and get all the jobs, whatever, you know. And it's the same in Europe, in US, like everywhere it's the same. Like I have friends who studied half of their lives in like Europe, and they're Asian, and after graduating they had a very hard time finding a job in Europe, even though they did all their degrees here and everything. So that's the way it is. Okay, like I've kind of like not really answering your question, but I think when you're young, like us, because we're still young, and you don't have that much work experience. I mean, we both just have a couple of years of work experience. It can be difficult to find a job in Asia, especially if you are particular about industry. It's harder to find one in creative industries. it's much easier if you just want an whatever English teacher job, or if you you know, I know for example that Denmark produce a lot of like how are they called, windmills in China. So let's say if I would just think like,
you could work in the windmill industry in China.
Or Lego, you know, those toys, like that's also a Danish company, and they also, you know, have you know, big offices, whatever, in China. Like if I would want to work for companies like that, I'm not saying I would just get it like that. No, a lot of people want these jobs as well, but I feel like it would be easier than being particular about like, I want to work in China in luxury industry, but in English. So that is kind of demanding. So yeah, but I mean, nowadays definitely in China, it became so much more important to know Chinese. It's very difficult to find a job without knowing Chinese.
Yeah.
Even all those luxury jobs and fashion jobs, like they all want people to speak Chinese.
And anywhere, to be honest, it's the same in Europe. Like, yeah, we are allowed to work anywhere in Europe or like in EU.
Yeah.
But it's still very difficult because if you want to work in Italy, like you will need Italian. In France, you will need French. To be honest, I think Netherlands is one of the best countries for foreigner to work in.
You always say that.
No, because like really there are a lot of like companies where they don't mind if you don't speak Dutch. And I feel like that's just a working culture, because in other jobs you might not need the language, but they just want someone who speaks it on their team so they don't have to speak English all the time.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Oh, someone is asking about my book. Let me just answer this question. Any updates on your book, Kaja? Do you have the title, cover? Have you found a publisher or self-releasing? Thank you for asking that question.
And nice questions. Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, for those of you that don't know, I wrote a book about China, about Shanghai, about my first year living in Shanghai. And well, so the book is done, but I wrote it in Polish, and I had a hard time finding a publisher because Polish publishers just don't get it. They just don't.
They just don't see talent.
They just don't see talent. Like, but I might have found one. I'm not sure. Hopefully it will.
Wow.
Hopefully it will come.
Did I know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that. You told me that. And I remember it.
It's just because you don't listen to me.
No, I remember.
Nina always says that I don't listen to her, and that's not true. She doesn't listen to me either.
That
like, okay, like what an idiot.
Weirdo.
No, someone is being a weirdo. Yeah, so hopefully it will come out in Polish next year. I'm hoping. It's still not 100% sure, but my goal is to self-publish it as an ebook in English in 2020. So hopefully I'm aiming for kind of December 2020. Yeah, I'll publish it as an ebook in English, obviously, so everyone can understand. So I'm basically in the process of translating the book to English right now. Which is kind of like an annoying process. It takes a long time, but yeah, I also kind of wanted to do it by myself because I feel like English is my language as well. And if someone would translate, if I would, you know, hire a translator to translate it, I would have to go for the whole thing by myself and change it up anyways, because I want it to be like, you know, hopefully if it will be translated to other languages one day, it will probably be translated from English. So I feel like this is like the base. So I just really want it to be my language. And since I have like my way of speaking English, so I just, you know, I just wanted to do it myself.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using like very cash language.
No, but
like the way I would speak.
It's still your tone of voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully. But I mean, I'll post about it as soon as it comes out, you know, on my YouTube.
Do you have the title and the cover?
No, I don't have the cover, but title, I'm still confused. But let me know if you think, I always ask this question because my initial idea was to call it something with Shanghai. Like, I don't want to say it yet because it might change. But for now, it's called something with Shanghai. But a lot of people tell me that I should call it something with China and not Shanghai because more people know China. like how some people, like, I told you that people confuse Singapore with Shanghai, and like I've been asked a couple of times if I lived in Singapore, and I was, if I have any recommendations for Singapore. It's like, Singapore, maybe I've been there once, I might have some recommendations, but
yeah.
So Shanghai is more exotic in a way, which I like, but on the other hand, people might be confused where it is.
I'm reading the comments.
My life in the Magic City. Oh, good one.
Oh, a record. That was a record for the book.
Yeah.
Title. I didn't quite get it. I was like, okay, he's living in the Magic City, or she. From Shanghai to Bali, how do you think the digital nomad culture has changed due to COVID-19? Wow, y'all were smart questions.
Nina, what do you have to say about that?
Let me think about it.
I mean, it changed a lot because no one is moving, basically, obviously.
I think like digital nomad culture, they're speaking to you.
Not you? Yeah, I wouldn't describe myself as a digital nomad, guys. I just work in Warsaw. But I do work remotely, so sometimes like less happier. So, but due to COVID, I've been just home. Like last place I traveled was Bali, which some people think it was like recently because I've been posting videos, but that was before COVID. I went to Bali in February. So yeah, I mean since then I've just been home. Will internship experience add weight to job application? I think you mean like if internship will make it easier, like yeah, of course, like it's all about internships, like do as many not as many, like do internships. Like I almost wish I would do more, but that's something we always talk about. Like on one hand I wish, but on the other hand we also had a good student life in a way that we could attend all classes, we could prepare all assignments properly.
Like, internships is something like also it's almost like your parents need to be able to afford it, because like when you do an internship you cannot work for money and everyone still has like bills to pay. So I also think it's like, don't stress if you can't.
Yeah,
like do if you can, but like
during school, but that's a different issue, that internships are often not paid. But on the other hand, like I did internships that were not paid. In Denmark, like I did it for quite a while. So that's just the reality. But yeah, I mean, doing internships or just getting work experience will definitely help a lot. I mean, I would say in business industry, like if you go to business school, internships are even more important than your actual education, which is kind of a sad truth, I feel like.
Yeah. True. By the way, I see that we have like 28 viewers now and like 13 likes. I think we can bring those likes up.
Yeah.
Please,
can we like ourselves?
Can we like? Can someone please like, and then we can just like see it go up. I really feel like liking.
I love how Nina's bringing the engagement up.
15! Oh my god! No, this is so great. I'm so excited. 17 likes! Wow!
Someone is asking, would it be possible for you to live with YouTube earnings alone? No. Not yet. No, but for now, my channel is like 40 something thousand subscribers. With this amount of subscribers, it's very rare that someone could live off it. Some people can, but then it's not about the subscribers; it's about the views, and it's about work.
Also about the subscribers. So also, please subscribe if you are here. Please, you know, guys, Kaja, this is one thing you need to know. She won't ever tell you to like a video or like comment or subscribe. That's why sometimes I need to come on the channel and like.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but sometimes I feel like I forget. That's one thing. I feel like calls to action are important.
No, but it does help you. You know?
But I agree. But sometimes I forget. And sometimes I also feel like it's so pushy. Like, please like my video, please subscribe.
No, but I mean, they won't like it if they don't like it. Yeah, but it's also something. That's true. Like, think about it. Like, you yourself will also forget about it.
Yeah.
you know, sometimes even I go to the grocery for a particular thing and I forget about it while I'm there. So it's only normal to forget it.
Yeah.
No, but I speak for Kaja. I really appreciate that, you know, you guys like this video, and it went up from 13 to 20.
Good job, Nina, bringing that engagement.
Yes. No, that's super.
Yeah, but basically, if you know, if I could live off YouTube, I would work full time. No, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would want to live only off YouTube, to be honest. It's a stressful job, you know. That's the reason why so many full-time YouTubers do all these crazy shit like challenges or like drama, share too much personal life, and that's because those things get clicks, so get views, and those people, you know, need money to pay the bills, or they want to go on holidays as well, or they want to invest in their business. Like having a YouTube channel is expensive in that way that you need, you know, camera gears, those things break all the time, or you want to, you know, if you're a travel YouTuber, that's another level because traveling is obviously very expensive. But that's also like those people who do it full time, they're under a lot of pressure, and I think that's very unhealthy.
And I love this question of Chin Boy. Are you guys spiritually woke?
Yeah, defo.
I have my head up in the cloud, if that's what you mean.
I clicked on like because I felt intimidated by Nina. No, don't feel intimidated by Nina. Even though sometimes I feel intimidated by Nina.
Why intimidated? Okay, please explain. Why are you intimidated by me? Like Kaja on the daily, she tells me how sweet I am.
We always have this like argument if we meet strangers who they think is the nice one.
Oh, that I will be. Yeah, okay.
Who do you think if you wouldn't? Yeah, if you wouldn't know us, I mean, if you wouldn't know us, who would you think is the nicer one? Because we can never agree on that. Because you know,
let's see.
Nina just doesn't fucking get it. Meditate, lol.
I went to Kaja, sweetheart. There you go.
I went to meditation in Bali, so I feel like I'm kind of spiritually woke. Someone says, "How did you guys meet?"
Hello, well,
Nina. I mean, excuse me.
Clearly, he's woke.
Is this channel called by Nina or by Kaja? I want to answer this one. How did you guys meet, and do you both have full-time jobs now? Yes, we've been working for over a year and a half. We have full-time jobs, so basically I'm doing this on the side. How did you guys meet? We met in Shanghai, where we both did the same. We both went to IFA Paris and Shanghai, and we were roommates. But basically, our school connected us before because, well, you live in Netherlands, I lived in Denmark in that time. So our school just connected people with each other because we're all moving to China without knowing anyone. Yeah. So that was really nice, actually. So you were the first person I met because the school gave me your email. Yeah. So I remember I wrote you an email and I was like, "Hi, Katarina." Yeah. And I remember I was like walking on the street because it was summer and I was interning at this company. So I was like in the morning walking to work, and I got your email and you're like, "Oh, I'll add you to this group on Facebook where our other friends were in this group already, like Midi and Anshi." And I also felt like, oh, nice that, you know, you suggested it yourself, because there are those people out there where like you have to ask them like, "Hey, so you have some friends? Get to, you know, get me in your friend group or whatever." So I thought that was really nice that like you suggested it yourself, and then we just all talked on Facebook. We decided to be roommates.
Yeah, but also I was very happy to receive an email from you because
no wonder.
Obviously, because I was like, oh my god,
she's so nice.
She's so nice. I can tell by her height, Katarina. But no, I think it's nice when people make effort to like reach out, and I feel like I do that a lot of the time. I know that.
We kind of both feel like we
both feel like I don't know. But so no, I felt like that was nice. Yeah. For me, I maybe I nearly cried. I was like, people were so nice. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but it was in general was very nice because, you know, we were all moving to China. Like I lived in Shanghai before, so for me, I think it was maybe a little bit less of a stress. But like for you, I can I mean, you also lived abroad before in Turkey and all that, but like
I did not feel stressed because like also but like I think even like 3 months before we went to China,
we start
talking. So like when I went there, I was really like I didn't feel alone. We were not alone,
No. Yeah, that was a really good thing that we were a bunch of people who were gonna start the degree in IFA, and we're all talking on Facebook. So that felt really good. And also like there was like 4 of us. We decided to be roommates. So that was really nice that we're going to China, like so far away and everything. But we knew that we'll be searching for an apartment together. We booked a hostel together, so we had a place to stay in the beginning. Oh, someone says siemanko in Polish. Siemanko. That means hi.
Also, like Matt Zaremba, if I say that correctly, I think they had a nice question. You lived in so many different countries. I wonder how many languages do you speak?
I speak Polish and English and Danish fluently. And then I speak, I used to have German, like my whole freaking life at school. I feel like I can say nothing now, but I understand quite a bit, you know? And obviously, I used to study Chinese. Also, I can say nothing by now. But like, I mean, my Chinese just never became really good. But maybe after that first year in China, where I only studied Chinese, at the end, it was definitely at its best. And then it just went downhill.
Yeah, if you don't use a language, it's really hard to
because then I moved to Denmark, and I still had Chinese classes, but it was like once a week or something, and I didn't really use it. Now I wish I would put more effort, but I feel like my degree was not really structured well. Like we had so many classes where there was just so little time to study Chinese as well. Or I did study, but that was just nothing close to enough to be good. Like I can like say something to taxi driver and order food in Chinese, and obviously sometimes I understand something.
Siga.
Yeah,
I'm Siga.
That's what I shop in China. But someone is asking if we have plans of going back to Shanghai. Like that is my dream. Like I do want to go back to Shanghai at some point.
Yeah,
for sure. As I said before in the beginning of this life, it's not up. I don't feel like it's up to me. It's about getting a job, and also especially because I don't want to get a job in any industry. I don't want to work in windmills industry. I mean, or something like I don't want to be an English teacher. Like I'm not trained to be a teacher. I think it's a very responsible job to teach kids. So I don't think it's okay for someone to just be like, oh, I want to live there. I mean, maybe it depends on school, because if the school gives you proper training, depends, right? But yeah, but I mean, I really, if you will give me a job in China, I'll come.
And then also, I don't know if I pronounced any of your names correctly, but a Kanka asked Shanghai or Bangkok.
What would you say? I feel like all the time you keep going to the left.
This chair doesn't. This chair literally doesn't move. Like this chair is literally, it's over your chair. What are you bullshitting?
Because it's just not even. It just annoys me when it's not even.
Okay, so I just sit here.
No. Okay, Shanghai or Bangkok? What would you say?
How can you choose between
it's
both
so
of
difficult,
these great cities?
I mean, I think it depends, because for me, it's like I usually would say, okay, if I absolutely have to choose, then Shanghai. But I also know Shanghai way better than I know Bangkok.
Yeah.
And I feel like I also just know,
Don't traumatize Nina. See? Thank you for standing up for me.
Okay, so usually I'm the nice one. She's yeah, and then sometimes I say Shanghai, but then also like after last time when we spent a couple of months in Bangkok, I was just like, Bangkok, that's where my heart is. I want to live in Bangkok. Like Shanghai's nice, but Bangkok, like they're so different. The lifestyle is also so different.
To be honest, I love Thai tea. Like I love Thai tea,
I wanted to say something really smart.
I just love Thai tea.
Nina just like looked up in the distance, and she's like, to be honest, I was like, oh yes, now it's coming. But no.
I love Thai tea. I have like Thai tea addiction.
Yeah, you would freaking drink it every day.
I would drink Thai tea every day. But then again, I also really love
tea from Family Mart. Sausages.
Also noodles, like the dumplings, like dan dan yen,
Rich
like
vodka.
rich vodka. Oh man, like I'm just like when I think about the food.
I think
in both places, man.
The thing is, for me right now, it's also just so job related. If I would get a job in Bangkok, I would go to Bangkok.
But if I got both places,
yeah, 100%. No, but what I mean is that I wouldn't choose like, okay, I have to live in this place. I also try not to be like this. Like, so if I would get a job in Shanghai, I would go to Shanghai.
If you had like one ticket to go now, would it be Bangkok or Shanghai?
Oof. I feel like Shanghai. Probably Shanghai because, but I'm also, my like relationship with Shanghai is different. Like, I studied Chinese. I feel like I've also I've learned about China. I've read also, just personally, I've read a lot of books about China. For my own book, I read so many books about Shanghai and I did so much research. And so I just feel like I know way more about China and Chinese culture than I know about Thailand. And also because the nice thing about Thai people is that they all speak English, and Thailand is also very welcoming of foreigners. And sometimes that, as a foreigner, that allows you not to dig that deep into the culture, which is not a good thing. But it's like, it's easier to be a foreigner and just be in your foreign bubble in Thailand than it is in China. I feel like you have to get into China a little bit more. Like, you have to speak Chinese or at least learn something, And also, it's just, I would say that for us coming from Europe, China is still a little bit more different than Thailand. I don't know what it is, because obviously Thai culture is also so different to European culture. But still, I just feel like if you just move to Thailand, you have some sort of a culture shock for sure, but it's nothing compared to China. Would you agree?
Yeah, maybe Thailand felt a bit easier just because they're so used to tourists. And there are so many more foreigners. I feel like in Bangkok.
Yeah.
And in all of Thailand,
Yeah, and all of that. Because in Shanghai there are a lot of foreigners too, but as soon as you go outside. But where would you go if you just had one?
I'm like waving to
Someone
people.
Said, I love you, Nina.
So I'm like waving to them whenever I see them.
Where would you go, Bangkok or Shanghai?
Yeah, I thought about it long and hard while you were talking. And now I think Shanghai, just because the most recent place we've been was Bangkok. So I feel like, because I really wouldn't be able to choose, but for that reason.
Yeah. That's why, as I said, I would just go wherever I get a job.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, but also I feel like sometimes you just have to be open-minded in life, which I have a hard time with. I mean, not open-minded in a way that like sometimes I get so fixated on how I want my life to look. Like, I'm like, I want to go and live in Shanghai, but I also want to be a little bit more chill about it. Like, at some point in my life, I know I will go back. I know I will make it happen at some point, but maybe not now. But also, since now, like, the last place I went to was Bali, like, now I'm also really like, I want to live in Bali.
So there was any plans visiting India again? Try visiting northeastern parts of India during early December. Hopefully Covet gets better. You'll definitely love it. We talked about this week.
About visiting India? Yeah. I mean, we'll definitely visit India again because we have so many friends in India, like really good friends that will visit again. And we low-key hope some of our friends will get married, so they will invite us for an Indian wedding. We will really want to attend Indian wedding.
Loved it. It was a difficult trip, I feel like. I mean, difficult as in compared to other holidays I've had, like compared to this holiday.
Remember that joke I came up with?
No.
Yeah, you need a holiday after holiday in India?
That was my joke. That was my joke. But anyways.
No, but it is. I mean, India is a very interesting country.
Yeah, and I visit again.
I know I will visit India again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm also a little. Someone asked if I still have some footage from India, and actually I did. I wanted to make a video about traveling India by train, and I have lots of footage from like us in a train. But I don't know. I got so much hate after some of my videos from India that this really like made me not want to make more videos about India again.
I thought like maybe in the top there were some questions we did not answer. Let's see. I love, by the way, that like everyone is like from so many different places.
Yeah,
Whoever
right?
is like watching this now, I don't know if you can they see like can they see the comments? All the comments?
Yeah,
Okay. People are from like all over. That's so cool.
Yes. Malaysia. I love Malaysia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Malaysia. I've never been to Malaysia. So
I've been twice and I freaking love it.
well, I'm sure I love it. Do you know what the problem is? Like the letters are so tiny that I cannot like read it properly. Hello from Perth, Australia. Oh, do you have any plans to come back to Philippines?
We would love to.
Yeah.
I mean, just take me to
and the tickets and we're coming.
But no, Philippines is definitely a country that I will also come back to. Because the thing with Philippines is that like there's so many islands, like you just never can get enough.
And it's so beautiful.
Yeah. So I have some questions here from my Instagram. Go follow me. Plug.
Oh, this is also nice. Before, are you tolerant towards LGBT? Yes.
Yes,
obviously.
we are.
Love is love. We love love. So, of course.
And I never understood people who are not. It's like, why are you so bothered by other people's business?
Yeah, like none of your
just
business.
Just live your life.
Yeah,
like, you know,
people live.
Let people live. Everyone has the rights to, love whoever they want to love.
I guess.
What has it been like to travel during Covet? To be honest, it's not. I made a whole vlog about it, which you'll see soon. But you know, like I really wanted to vlog this because I was like, that can be like a different experience, but to be honest, it was not that different. You just have to wear a mask, they check your temperature. The airports are way more quiet than they usually are. It's summer, it's August, so obviously, you know, summer season is the busiest in Europe when it comes to traveling. So normally there are just people everywhere, airports are packed. It's not the case anymore. But then, for example, in Copenhagen, it took me freaking ages because there's gigantic lines everywhere because not that many people were working. I think, unfortunately, they fired a lot of people at the airport, at Copenhagen airport, which is so crazy to me because the line, like, I waited for maybe like 45 minutes just for the security control, which was not cool.
Not cool.
Do you still miss China? Yes, I do miss China a lot, and I mean, I said it 100 times on my channel. I was supposed to be in China this Easter, you know, first time in a while. My younger brother was supposed to do a semester abroad in Shanghai. So I was so excited for him also to do a semester abroad in Shanghai, but also for myself to go to Shanghai, and that didn't happen. So at some point when but China is not even open for foreigners. So please, China, open. And if no one will give me a job, I will at least go to China for like traveling. I really want to travel around China because I haven't done that enough. Most challenging situation while in Paris. I wanted to take that one. Where do I start?
Challenging was it's fucking expensive, bro. Like it's so expensive. So not having enough money was challenging. Because then you have to choose between like wine or vegetables, you know.
Well, wine is
no, but like for real, I think that's just challenging. You know, you cannot do everything that you want. Another thing was like there are quite a lot of homeless people, and like when you go home like late at night, it just feels at some point
but the thing
dangerous.
I think what you have to say here, because I mentioned it once in my video and someone's like, oh, you complain about homeless people. No, I don't complain about homeless people. It's obviously horrible, like what you know,
but they have to go through.
What they have to go through.
Obviously.
But the thing in Paris is that I think that's quite unique because I don't feel like it happens many other places, that those people often bother you. Like they come up to you, they scream at you, they they get in the metro and they ask for things, or they just come to you and they speak in French, and I don't understand French. And it's like I had that two situations. One situation where I was sitting in the metro and this dude came in and he tried to sit on me. But he was so like out of it. Like he didn't even see me there, and I just like
because it's like many of the homeless people in France, obviously they are in like a bad mental condition, you know, and like they use a lot of drugs, so it's also dangerous because they're just super drunk, super high, and it makes you feel unsafe if like someone is like shooting up some heroin.
Yeah, and that was like a daily thing. We would take metro to school, and we literally had like in our second place, we had like 3 stops. Like, you know, we were on the metro for 5 minutes, and every day we would see people smoking crack or shooting. I would go for like run by the canal. How do we pronounce it? Is it channel? No, canal, right? Because also so many people complain about me pronouncing it in a weird way. I would go running by the canal, and I've seen people shooting at least a couple of times. Like, it's just disturbing. Yeah, that doesn't do anything to, but it's, you know, they're kids there, and it's scary, you know. It can be scary to see things like that. And yeah, once also this dude almost hit me. Were you there? Where he was, because there was this huge dude on the metro. And he was like really hyped. He was like jumping. He was huge man, and he was jumping up and down and like waving his hand, and he like almost hit me in the face. So that was the scariest thing that happened. And also we had a lot of friends who got robbed in Paris. So that's the most challenging. You know, that's horrible.
I think like at least 4 people or something.
Yeah, quite a few, even more, I would say. Like that lost, you know, their computer or phones, just were, you know, our good friend was surrounded by a group of like 5 people, probably 5 men.
That's so
like
scary.
By the canal, right by our house, where we would go to school every day. I would go running every day. She was walking there one day after school, like 1 p.m., and she was surrounded by a group of men who, horrible. Like nothing bad likely like happened to her, but a lot of like these kind of situations, like safety wise, like that's the worst. I would say in Paris.
Also, someone else asked if you will be doing more lives.
Sure, if people will watch it. But I also feel like it's more fun because there's 2 of us. I think but what I think is a little challenging is the fact that like you're talking, and it's kind of annoying if you just like don't talk for a long time, but you're also reading the comments at the same time. So
I don't know how it is like for the people watching, but like I think it's very fun. No, like for me,
I was like, wait, what are you gonna say?
No, for me it's fun because it's like you have the interaction, and it's like it's nice. It's like chilling with some friends, and you're just like chatting and talking. But I don't know how it is to watch because like it's not very like organized, you know, and like the topics go from one thing to another, but maybe that's also just how like conversation goes.
Yeah, when you're talking to someone, that's how it is as well.
Yeah, it's good fun. That's nice. What's another question from your Insta?
Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, sure.
How hard is it to adapt yourself in another country or culture? Love your vlogs. Thanks.
Wait, I didn't listen.
Have you come to Indonesia? No, I've been in Indonesia in February, but that's, you know, half a year ago. But man, Indonesia like just became one of my favorite countries. Like I feel like I have a lot of favorite places and countries, but
food.
Indonesia. Oh yeah,
I dreamt about about rendang tonight.
But you know what? Like I didn't really know Indonesian food before. Because after I came back, I really wanted to get Indonesian food in Copenhagen. Do you know we don't have even one at restaurants?
That's sad.
I couldn't. I tried to Google. My friends tried to Google. When is Nina going to make more videos? Well, I ask her all the time, and sometimes I'm like, Nina, where's that vlog from that trip to India 1.5 years ago?
The videos. No, okay. Shall I tell you?
Tell them. Tell them.
Shall I tell you the issue? My issue is editing. Like I love the filming. I love doing this and like being featured on Kaja's channel. It's my passion.
My passion is being featured on Kaja's channel.
Like I can be Kaja's sidekick. I love it. But like the editing is like so.
It's the worst. I was like, that's rude.
I have a very supportive family.
Couldn't agree more. I mean,
But no, yeah,
1.5 years.
Okay, Genesis.
Okay, Genesis.
Listen carefully. I thought maybe because my sister, she speaks fluent Chinese, so I thought maybe I could do like a live vlog with her and she talks some Chinese. I think it's funny.
Yeah, but your sister is also really good in front of camera. I did a video with
My
Nina's
sister's
sister.
a personality.
She is. But I did a video with Nina's sister. It's called I forgot, but it's
Anyways.
It's about studying Mandarin Chinese in Taiwan versus studying in mainland China. So check it out if you're interested about like, you know, the differences of living in Taiwan and China. Just don't want to do the work. That's true. Let's leave poor Nina alone. How hard is it to adapt yourself? I will hate on her later anyways.
Kaja.
How hard is it to adapt yourself to another country or culture?
Easy, I'm fluid.
So easy. No, I mean, it's always difficult, right?
Depends.
Yeah. True.
Depends.
It really depends where you are.
Yeah.
But I would say for me, always like the beginnings are difficult, and like the first 2 months, I feel like I'm struggling, and then it's just fun.
Then it's good old fun from there.
But often in the beginnings, like you read about it in my book about China. But when I first came to China, I fucking hated it. I wanted to go home. I was like seriously considering going home, but I was also really young, you know? And I've never been to China before, and I was like terrified and I hated it. But after a while, I obviously started to like it. But also, and it was the same with me in Bangkok, and like Paris, the same for me. Like in the beginning, I liked it so much less, and I think it's just natural. I think if you ever move, my best advice for someone who's moving to a new country would be accept not to like things in the beginning, and just sort of be like, just go through life in the beginning. Don't worry about the fact that you don't like things, because eventually you will probably start you can get used to everything. Like, you will get used to things.
Yeah, and I think you will also meet people who are like, oh, this is great, everything is great, I know, but I love it, and they want to be like the most local person ever.
And they all want to make it seem like they're so accepting of everything. But
it's okay to not agree with certain things that happen in the country, or like certain customs that you just cannot get used to, or like certain food that you just don't like, you know? I think that's okay. Like, it took me, I think, like 4 months to get used to the smell of Family Mart. That was one of my personal struggles in China.
It didn't smell well?
It smelled horrible. Like,
really? I can't smell.
Yeah. But like, that really took me a long time to get used to.
Someone said that they chose Thailand because of my vlogs. Thanks. I'm really happy to hear that. Those are like
Niels A. Is Niels from the Netherlands, maybe?
Niels can also be Scandinavian.
I think Niels is Dutch.
But then you don't spell it like that.
Yeah, I think Niels is Dutch. Tali Main, you seem to have enjoyed a lot there in Bali. Can you please enlighten us a bit? That's gonna be difficult.
Me enlighten anyone.
Would love to visit that place someday.
Yeah, I mean, I want to live in Bali. Guys, I just want to live in Bali. That's how much I love this place.
Isn't it called the Island of the Gods, or is that
Island of Gods?
Makeup?
Yeah, it is.
That's true.
And I mean, honestly, like, there's a reason why Bali became so popular on social media and everywhere else. I mean, it is just a very nice place.
Yeah,
and it's becoming touristy, and in some ways it can be annoying, but I think it's a good place to live also. That's the thing about Bali. I think it's like, for example, I love Thai islands, but I wouldn't want to, like, I love Koh Tao, you know, but I wouldn't want to live in Koh Tao. But Bali, I could live in because they're great.
Aren't we gonna do like Ifa Paris Koh Tao?
Yeah, unless we do Ifa Paris Koh Tao, then, or just our own academy of Nina and Kaja, KN Academy.
Hoi Niels, Contact Nederland. Even kijken.
Your sister is planning a trip, and we're invited.
Ooh,
cool. Nina is the worst vlogger. Let me just read that comment again because it was so good. That was on point. It's just so on point. It's
our age. How old are you guys? Well, I'm sitting here with a grandma.
Yeah, I just turned 27 2 weeks ago.
And I will turn 27 in half a year.
That's not true. In like 3 months. No, but the other day, Nina's like, in half a year, it's my birthday. I'm like, mate, like your birthday's in December. That's not even really half a year, you know?
But I always feel like it's now summer.
So yeah, so it's like half a year, but it's 3 months.
Winter. The confrontation.
Someone asks also how come that you did your exchange both in Thailand, Shanghai, and Paris. So we didn't do an exchange. It was like a program, like a whole degree. And the school, IFA Paris, they have a campus in Shanghai, Paris, and also Istanbul, which we didn't do. But yeah, so that was not an exchange.
Yeah.
And yeah. Where is Nina from? She's from the Netherlands.
Yep.
Someone really wants to talk about love, man.
Let's talk about love. What is about love? Wait, let's talk about love. What is about love? Can you tell us a story about love? Well, once upon a time. Yeah. I don't know.
Love is private.
Love is private.
Yeah. No, I feel like that would be my advice to whoever is on social media. Keep some things private. Like, I think it's really important, you know? And I think family and like relationships are two of like very important things. And I think you should keep that private. Like, don't show too much of your family life. Don't talk too much about it.
Agreed.
Or, I mean, there are people who do, I don't know. It's just like, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I love, you know, showing you my travels. I know sharing some stuff like about living abroad or my education, but I don't feel a need to show you exactly like everything about my life. And I don't think
and I also think it's like up to the other person. And
that's true. Also, not everyone wants to have a camera shuffled in their face, like Nina, for example. Or Nina, she doesn't have a choice whether she wants it or not. No, but like some people, I think at some point someone asked me if I feel lonely because Nina wasn't there, and I'm like, you know, Nina's not my only friend. I have friends, but
not as good as me.
Well, but the thing is, like, I also, with majority of my friends in Warsaw, I don't vlog. Or I might like vlog if we're eating together or something, but I'm not gonna vlog with, like, we also, first of all, we speak Polish to each other, so that's also more challenging to like switch to English. And also, it's just not comfortable, you know, if you're having dinner with someone to like film them. Some people are okay with that, and with some people like Nina, with Anshi, I was also always like filming. But with a lot of people I don't film.
They don't like it so
because
much.
People don't like it, or people are just uncomfortable. And it's like, I also hate those vloggers who just like film everything and you can clearly see that the other person's uncomfortable, and I get uncomfortable watching it. Yeah, I'm like, that's not fun.
Going to go off for lunch. Been fun watching both of you.
Have a good lunch.
Oh, Mr. H, enjoy your meal. It was nice having you here. What are you guys working at or currently doing? I work as a fashion buyer in Netherlands.
And I work in influencer marketing and social media. So my official title is like social media specialist and creative strategist.
There's also one.
Or Eric says, hoping you would see my comment earlier. Can you say? Can you
say it again?
Yeah, because sometimes it's hard. Like they just
and also some people said that like their comments get deleted.
I don't know. Food culture in Istanbul. Food culture in Istanbul is great. Wait for my video about Istanbul because we freaking eat all the time. So you'll see a lot of good food and a lot of good restaurants.
Wait, so to Sor Erik, I want to say that your earlier comment has been retracted. So we can't read what you said earlier. So you have to say it again. Do I have to study Chinese first before entering uni or study both at the same time?
Someone from Tilburg. Is that not where our friend is from?
That is where our friend is from.
We have a friend from Tilburg.
Tilburg.
Greetings.
Hello, Tilburg.
Yeah, you were saying something.
I think you can do both at the same time, but it also depends how well you want to speak Chinese.
But
and like
you might end up like me.
How
not
much
speaking
you
much
study,
Chinese.
So I think
it's of course personal.
you can, personal. You can do both ways.
But I would say that if you want to study a language, any language, studying for let's say 2 hours per week is not enough.
No.
You like hour-wise, how much would you say? I would say like 10 hours. You must put.
Oh, per week?
Classes.
When I studied Turkish, I did for 2 months the intensive course.
Think about Chinese is like also different alphabet. So I feel like this is almost twice as hard.
Okay, well then double it. No, but I did like 4 hours a day, and then you have homework.
Yeah. No, but that sounds very simple. But then per week, it's like what? 4 times 5.
20.
I just made myself do math on the spot.
The pressure. So that's like
20 of course. No, but I said
20 hours class, and then you also
do homework. Yeah, but that's why I was saying that 10 hours per week is like the minimum for me for a while, for like maybe 3 years or whatever, if you want to like sort of speak it. And then like the thing about languages is just classes are just one thing. Like I would say you even have to study more at home.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food, Kaja? Well, so glad that you asked.
I cannot choose.
Yeah,
like I love.
I'm glad that you asked.
Yeah.
I just love so many. I usually just choose like cuisines that I like. So I freaking love Japanese. I freaking love Turkish, Chinese, Indonesian. What's coming?
No, I love all
Italian.
The like this.
And Polish. Okay, I just chose 6.
Yeah, but
those are my 6 favorite.
I would agree.
Yeah,
I think I would agree. All of them. No, I mean I love Turkish food as well. Did you say Turkish?
Yeah, I said Turkish.
Okay.
Indonesian is like my newfound love. Yeah, because
talking about love.
Talking about love. Yeah. But I never knew much about Indonesian food. Is not as popular as Thai food. And for example, with Thailand, I feel like I obviously love some dishes, but Thai food is not like on top of my list. Do you want to study Chinese though? Yes, I would like to. Like during the quarantine, I even did study. I started studying at home for a bit, but it's difficult to find time, when you're working full time. And I also, do YouTube after work, and I try to write my book. So, but at some point, I really wanted to. Like if I move to China, then obviously no questions. Okay, let me see if there are any more questions.
Do you recommend Link? I don't know what is Link.
It's like a Thai app.
Okay.
You had it in Thailand, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, I feel like you had.
What is it?
It's like WhatsApp.
No, Line. Isn't that Line?
That could be Line.
Yeah, that's Line, not Link.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like we answered all the...
I've never been to China, but I've been to Turkey. Where are you guys right now? We are in Turkey right now.
We're in Turkey.
Yeah.
Near Bodrum, or like 1 hour drive from Bodrum. Yeah. So by the seaside. Check out my Insta if you want to see live updates, because I spam with Insta story all day long. How is quarantine there? There's no quarantine. We're not in quarantine. Yeah, there's no quarantine here.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have to wear masks, and they check your temperature
everywhere.
But like, yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Do you guys have any more questions?
Because final questions.
Final questions.
Like really important questions.
Someone said that we're a great team.
Thanks.
First place you will travel after lockdown ends. Like if we can travel outside of Europe. There's so many. I think for me, I feel like maybe China.
China would be great. I'm planning a trip with Genesis the.
Yeah, maybe that's what Genesis the means. But yeah, we were talking about it. It would be so fun. Imagine having her, because she would be our little translator.
Mm.
But I really want to, I want to go to China for like a month and just travel, go to like Yunnan or like Chongqing or those less known places, and also like nature places. Otherwise, I also really, Sri Lanka, South Africa, Tanzania, Maldives.
I think this has nothing to do with COVID. I think this is like
that. But why are we talking about COVID?
Yeah. Okay. Are there any more people here who have not yet subscribed to Kaja?
Because then you should subscribe.
Because then right now would be a great time to do that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, if you're new here and you haven't liked this video,
give it a like.
Give it a thumbs up. People always say that, right?
Yeah.
Give it a thumbs up. We're at 31 now. We grew a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you still at Bali or Lombok? I'm not in Bali. I haven't been in Bali for I was in Bali in February. I spent a month in Bali, and after Bali, I came home. Have you been to Albania? No, but I would love to go. South Africa, really? Wow, Johannesburg. Yeah, I would love to see South Africa.
South Africa is great.
What would a normal Chinese self-study day look like for you? So I am actually still planning
a Chinese self-study. A self-study
to make a video about like my tips for studying Chinese by yourself at home. So this will probably be up on my YouTube channel at some point.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
I'll watch it and
you watch.
Consider studying Chinese.
Okay. I'll have fun in Istanbul. Someone is going to Istanbul. Okay, guys, I feel like we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for everyone who came, and thank you for your questions. And yeah, if you want me to do more lives, this was actually fun. So
this was really fun. I think we did it for longer than we expected it to do.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, 1 hour is like
1 hour is like a max, but like, here we are.
No,
I loved it too, and I loved like that people are really like live chatting. I didn't expect this many comments, to be honest, and also this many people watching. So
yeah, it's nice. And also like, when you see that people like seen the video or like they know who you are, and I'm like, who the fuck is gonna know who Nina is?
But
yeah, well, anyways, thank you guys so much, and yeah, I will have a lot of videos coming out from Turkey soon. I'm filming a lot here. I filmed both in Istanbul and now here by the seaside, so I'm excited to share that with you. And yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I see you soon. Bye.
Adios, amigos.
Adios. How do you say goodbye in Turkish?
Görüşürüz. Güle güle.
Güle güle.
Bye.